prostitute. We live, right?
You gonna read what the sound like? You live?
Yeah, come on, we live. We got good sound.
All right, first and foremost, we're going to turn towards the east, facing Jerusalem before we get started. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Right? Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, whom the word you know is God, Jehovah, and Yahweh. Yahushai is the name of his only begotten Son, our King, Lord, and Savior, whom the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ. Ba'ashem, HaKadosh is in the name of the Holy Spirit, the inspiration given to us to edify those that have been given the ears to hear. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, bishops and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the believers that subscribe and listen to this truth, wholeheartedly through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're the Hebrew Israelites, right? We come here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this God-forsaken kingdom today known as America, right? Prophetically known within the Holy Bible as Babylon, the great virgin daughter of Babylon, Sodom, Egypt, all right, Nineveh, Assyria, okay, Basra, all the ancient wicked kingdoms bottled up into one, all right. Hence Babylon, going back to the Hebrew word Babel, which means confusion. So this place is full of confusion, all right, and gives the citizens of this world a license to sin, okay? Gives them license to be idol worshippers, okay? And ultimately, freedom to run wild and rapid in the earth without any order, okay? Because the whole enterprise of this place goes into order out of chaos, which the New World Order is the enterprise which they're trying to establish order out of chaos, okay? So, again, Babylon the Great in the prophetic scriptures is America. And we're going to get into that, dealing with Revelation 17, Lord will you be edified. We're going to start at the top, all right? And you can read the heading, and brothers can add any precepts, you know, and we're going to get right to it, Lord will you be edified.
This is Revelation 17 in verse 1.
Yep.
The heading, it says the great prostitute.
Right? I am Lord of Nahum, the 3rd chapter.
Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither.
Right, this is the Apostle John, right? John the Revelator, okay? John the Divine, these are the names of the Apostle John, who was sentenced to the island of Patmos, all right? And this is the vision that he's getting, all right? And this vision is of, as it says in the heading, the great prostitute, okay? The judgment of the great whore. Go ahead.
I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
All right, now let's go to Nahum 3, right?
This is Nahum chapter 3.
Yeah, start at 1.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none in their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Yeah, it says because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, right? Which when you go into the book of Nahum, okay, Nahum goes into the prophecy against Nineveh, okay? Now when you deal with what I was saying in the heading, in the beginning, in the introduction, brother, America embodies all the spirits of these ancient kingdoms, which our people were in captivity under. And in the captivities we were serving other gods, which is spiritual whoredom, spiritual adultery, okay? Now, as you see right there, it said because the multitude of the sorceries of the well-favored, the multitude of the sorceries, it said whoredoms, right?
Yeah, whoredoms.
All right, we're gonna look up that word whoredoms right there in the blue letter, Kodash, and we're gonna look up harlot, then we're gonna look up whore. When we go back to Revelation 7:17, before we get started, we're gonna look up the word whore, okay? So let's go with that word whoredom in Nahum 3. And it said the prey departed not, because of the chariots, all right? Basically because it said the horses, which represents power, because of the power of this place, all right, that Nahum is speaking of, the prey, meaning you Israelites, you depart not, meaning you don't detach your mind and your spirit from this place, because you see the great power and you see the great splendor of this kingdom, and you think it's one to be favored by the Most High, all right? But the Most High said this place is full of whoredoms and sorceries, and there's judgment for a whore when you go into the law. We're gonna get that, all right? We're gonna get that too. We're gonna get the judgment for a whore. We're gonna get the judgment for a witch, which sorcery goes into witchcraft, all right? So we're gonna keep up, and let's deal with the word whoredoms.
God, this is the word whoredoms in the Strongs, and it goes into Strong's H2183.
Take your time and read it down line for line.
It says in outline of biblical usage, it says adultery, fornication, prostitution.
Go ahead.
Yep, and it says in the Strong's definition, it says adultery figuratively.
Now, that's what we want to deal with, because the Bible is written figuratively, right? It deals with allegory, it deals with parables, it deals with dark sayings. Everything is not literal, okay? Especially dealing with the prophecies. So let's see what the figurative meaning of this word whoredom is, right? All right, so listen up.
Yep, and it says figuratively, idolatry.
Yep, idol worship, idolatry. Now,
whoredom.
What's the law? What's the law against idolatry? All right, that's one of the first laws. You know, God said, "Thou shalt not have any other gods before me." He spoke about the idols of the other nations, and what would be the judgment for us if we went whoring after the gods and the idols of these other nations. Okay, well, go ahead.
Yep, and this is the root word for
Did you read the Strongs? You already read the Strongs. Okay, so jump to the root.
Cause this is the root word, Strong's H2181. And it says in the outline of biblical usage, it says to commit fornication, be a harlot, play the harlot.
Play the harlot.
Yep. And it says to be a harlot, act as a harlot, commit fornication, to commit adultery, to be a cult prostitute, to be unfaithful to the Most High.
To be unfaithful to the Most High. That's what we want. That's the main point. To be unfaithful to the Most High. All right? Now, let's get that in the law. Is it more? That's the main point.
Yeah, that's
so
the
if you
main
don't
point.
see nothing superseding that point, that's where we can stop there. To be unfaithful to the Most High is what we want. It's really nothing supersedes that. That's what it is. Okay? Now, let's get the law on dealing with serving other gods. Right? You got it, Quran. Thou shalt not have any other gods, serve any other gods. I mean, it said in multiple verses. If your brother get it, you call it and read it. Yep.
It's Exodus chapter 20, verse 3.
Yep.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Yep.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image
Yep.
or any likeness of anything
Yep.
that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Yep.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous God,
Yep.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Yep. So he said he's a jealous God, right? The Mayim, get Leviticus 20 and 6. Get the word jealous real quick before he reads Leviticus 20 and 6. Because he said, you shall not serve any other gods or worship any other idols, for he is a jealous power, right? Let's get that word jealous, right? In the etymology. Let's see what it say.
This is jealous in the etymology, 12th century, 12,000 century. It's a possessive, suspicious,
Right.
and it's a originally in the context of sexuality or romance. It's a keen or zealous.
Avaricious.
Avaricious, jealous, zeal, jealousy. It's a tolerate no unfaithfulness.
That's what we want. That's what we want. So the Lord said he's not going to tolerate you serving other gods, right? Whoring, which means what? Unfaithful to the Most High. He's not tolerating that. So when you're dealing with this place we live in today, known as America, in the prophetic scriptures is known as Babylon the great whore, the mother of harlots, all right? It was set up to allure you and to entice you and to seduce you into what? Sinning. That's what a whore does. A whore, she allures you into getting in the bed with her, you know, give you your strength, your money, you know, your more prized possession, your heart, your soul to her. Okay? Now when you go into the I believe it's the book of Proverbs, it says, he that loved harlots will have no substance. Some to that notion, right? If a brother find it, the brothers that are already holding what we got on deck, stay there. So Kadash, you can look for that. If you find it, that's cool, right? So the next thing we had was Leviticus 20, right?
Yeah.
All right. What you got?
This Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
You got Leviticus 20 and 6, right?
Yeah, I was like 26.
No, 20 and 6.
I was,
Yeah, 20 verse 6.
This is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 6. And the soul that turn after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards.
After wizards.
To
Okay. Go ahead.
To go whoring after them. I will even set my face against that soul.
Yep. His judgment. When you see the Most High say he's setting his face against, or to set your face against, ultimately that face is not talking about a physical face. It's talking about his judgment. Okay? When you go into the scriptures in Ecclesiastes and HIV, say wisdom maketh the man face to shine. Right? Wisdom deals with judgment, righteous judgment. So if the Lord said he's going to set his face against you for something, that means he's setting his judgment against you. Go ahead.
And I will cut him off from among his people.
Yep. Go ahead.
Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy.
Right. And in the NLT it says, so set yourselves apart to be holy, for I am the Lord your power. Okay? This is what we're commanded to do. Come from out of Babylon, separate ourselves from the sorceries and the witchcrafts, because it spoke about wizards. Right?
Yep.
You go into a wizard, it's dealing with sorceries. It's a witch. Okay? The Mayim, you load that up. That word wizard. He gonna Did you find that, Kodash? All right, go ahead.
This is Proverbs 29 and verse 3.
Yep.
Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father.
Yep.
But he that keepeth company with harlots,
He that keepeth company with harlots, yep,
spendeth his substance.
spendeth his substance, right? Now this word is spiritual substance, okay? So you can't have this substance and be in the world. Because the word holy means to separate.
Yep.
So you can't have both. You see? And that's why Babylon the Great is set up to be the ultimate adversary to seduce you and entice you to spend your substance on its entertainment. Right? What you had going on last night with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, that was sorcery. Okay? All this shit got all these people energy invested into it. You know, people spent a lot of money, which money is substance.
Yep.
You know, and Barakatah. And ultimately, what happened is they got bamboozled. They got ripped off, and that's what happens. A witch or a sorcerer, he's gonna rip you off, but he's gonna make you feel like you're about to come up or, you know, gain, right? That you're gonna have an advantage through dealing with him, right? Go ahead, Kodash.
Come, I got a precept for y'all. This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the cup of devils.
Yeah, you can't drink the cup of what? Of the Lord.
Yep. Yeah, it says in 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and the cup of devils.
Right, now you got that word wizards from Leviticus 20 and 6, right?
Y'all got an etymology.
And the etymology, that's cool.
This the word wizard in the etymology, early 15th century. It said philosopher, sage, wise. It says witch,
Witch,
sorcery.
sorcery. Now, the judgment for a witch is what?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. This is Exodus 22, verse 18.
Not just any death, it's a particular type of death. Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Good. How you doing?
Just read full chapter.
Still out.
Exodus 22 and 18.
It said, this is Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Whosoever live with a beast. That was it on that.
Yeah, but the judgment for a witch is we're gonna get it. We ain't gonna even say it. We're gonna get it. You find it, let me know. Get it. When a brother get it, call it and read it. Don't guess what it is. You gotta search it out. You gotta fact check, search it out.
I got this one right here, Op.
Is that it? Is it to the point?
Yeah, come.
All right. Don't read it if it ain't to the point now.
Come.
Right,
This
come
is
on. Yeah,
this is
Deuteronomy 18 and 10, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got it? If you got it, go ahead, Kodash.
I had one in Revelation 21 and 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that one. 18 to 10.
Go ahead, bro. No, let Quadash had one first. So let him get it.
Okay, cool. This is Revelation 21:8. It says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone.
There we go.
Which is the second death.
Right, right. So they gave you a whole plethora of sinners. You know, they gave you not just witches, but idolaters as well, right? But this is talking about the final judgment. Okay? The lake of fire is going to be America, which is going to become a lake of fire by the means of thermonuclear destruction, thermonuclear missiles, all right, being shot on them by the European nations, okay? And this is why we ultimately getting into Revelation 17, is because these nations are ultimately going to turn on this whore, and they're going to burn this whore, okay? Now, the judgment for which to be burned, Deuteronomy 18:10, right? And we're going to read it in the NLT as well, right? Matter of fact, start at 9.
This Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations.
Yeah. So the land, which this is ultimately the land that the Most High gave us over unto for what? Judgment, for punishment, to be in captivity. So we was given over unto the heathens that ruled this land for our iniquity, for our sins. Okay, but even though we are under them and under their submission, we're still not supposed to learn their ways. We're still supposed to be separate from among these people who are ruling over us. All right, go ahead.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Go ahead.
Or that useth divination.
Divination, right?
Or an observer of times. Or an enchanter. Or a witch.
Go ahead.
Or a charmer. Or a consulter with familiar spirits. Or a wizard. Or a necromancer. For all that do these things are abomination unto the Lord. And because of these abominations, the Lord thy power doeth drive them out from before thee.
Yep. Okay. So read this in the NLT, right?
Start at 9.
Yep. Yep.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When you enter the land, the Lord your power is giving you, be very careful not to imitate the detestable customs of the nation living there. For an example, never sacrifice your son or daughter as a burnt offering, and do not let your people practice fortune tellings, or use sorceries, or interpret omens, or engage in witchcraft, or cast spells or functions as mediums or psychics, or call for spirits of the dead.
Now, when you go, like I said, when you go into what went on last night, this goes on all the time, right? With that situation with the Netflix broadcasting that fight, that was a form of witchcraft and sorcery, okay? And Tyson, which is an Israelite, right? He engaged himself into that. He gave himself over to that, all right? To sell out for that money. He made $20 million off that fight last night, okay? And the scriptures tell you, whenever you do something, right, and you're not doing it in righteousness, you're not doing it with your soul, you're not doing it whole. You can tell his soul wasn't in that. Nah, you can tell. He was just out there going through the motions, man. Okay? which the Most High don't care about none of this sports gladiator shit anyway. But just so you can see how this witchcraft and sorcery still goes on today. Like when you look at even how his sparring matches was on YouTube and how he was making. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, he looked like he looked like the old Tyson. Then you looked at the match last night, you like, what the fuck is this? Shit, all that shit he was training and doing this, all that, you know what I'm saying? Then you look at punk ass Jake Paul, like, dude didn't even attempt to really try to go at Mike as if he wanted to really beat him. You know, it was a whole lot of dancing around the ring, so people just sitting, and the most thing that you lost was your time and your energy.
Yeah.
You put your time and energy into that, but to come out here and actually hear the prophets and get the real substance of the Lord, all right, to actually come and hearken to the voice of the Lord and obtain true substance, you won't put any energy into that. That's why the Most High is going to destroy you. That's what you call whoring. That's what the Lord say. He will not tolerate any unfaithfulness. All right, whoring is unfaithful to the Most High. You will put your faith right into that, because everybody believed Mike Tyson was going to knock Jake Paul out. Especially if man, Mike gonna knock him out, man. Mike gonna knock him out. You know, whole time I'm like, man, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his interviews. I'm looking at how he really, like, man, Mike ain't even looking like he really serious about this shit. You know? And then right before the match, he smacked him, that fake ass smack. I'm like, he ain't really put no power. He really just made a mean, made a mean face. Tried to make it look like, you know. So I'm like, you know, this place is done, man. This place is done, you know. Google, according to the Bible, what was the judgment for a witch, all right? And see what comes up. According to the Bible, what was the judgment for a witch?
Say what?
Hold up.
But I want to find it where it tells you suffer not a wish to live.
They should be stoned right here.
That's stone. But it's the judgment is for you're supposed to burn a witch. Yep. But the brother brought it out in Revelation, but that was more like a broad judgment for dealing with the ultimate judgment in the end. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's go back to Nahum, and then we're gonna get Revelation. I'm gonna find it. If a brother find it, we'll get it.
This back at Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon the face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and in the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. So the whole purpose of the prophets, or which was known in ancient times as the seers, was to show you the abominations of these kingdoms, because on the forefront in the public they'll paint a picture as if they're noble, if they are upstanding, you know, as if they are actually these righteous rulers, but behind closed doors, you know, they're doing all type of sorcery and witchcraft and deceiving the people.
Yep.
Right? So the prophets was coming out here through ancient times, throughout ancient times and throughout different kingdoms to expose the rulers of wickedness. Okay? So that's what we're doing now in this time. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets, man. Okay? So you got something?
Yeah, I was for the dead.
You got some, Kudash?
No.
Go ahead, the mind. You got some.
This is this is Jeremiah chapter 49. There you go. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. So the Lord is uncovering Esau, you know, secret places. All this witchcraft that Esau putting on the nations of people, the Lord's prophets up on the scene, exposing it, showing you, man, this kingdom is not what he put this picture, the picture he put it for all these nations to see. Like it ain't really it. Cause all these other nations, they flock to America, thinking America is this golden kingdom that is fancy. You got over there in China, people, the Moabites, they got McDonald's copying off the ways of America. But this kingdom is wicked. It's crumbling. And any time a kingdom take on the philosophies of America, man, hey, the whole kingdom be corrupted. That's why you don't got Russia taking on this philosophy, drinking the wine that America engulf people with. Got women's trying to be niggas. Men's want to be women. Like, it's corrupted. So the Lord, man, got his prophets up on the scene, man, exposing everything, exposing all the secret, exposing all the witchcraft that goes on over here in America.
Yep.
Hey, this is from the Wikipedia.org.
Yep.
It said, witch trials in the early modern period. Jumping straight to the point. The punishments, it say a variety of different punishments were employed for those found guilty of witchcraft, including imprisonment, flogging, fines, or exile. Non-capital punishment, especially for a first offense, was most common in England. It says prior to 1542, church courts dealt with most cases in England, and most sanctions were directed more to penance and atonement than hardship and punishments. Often the guilty party was ordered to attend the parish church wearing a white sheet and carrying a wand and swear to lead a reformed life. The Old Testament book of Exodus 22:18 states, "Thou shalt not permit a sorceress to live."
Right.
Many face capital punishment
Yep.
for witchcraft, either by burning at the stake,
There you go.
hanging,
Yep.
or beheading.
That's it. Yeah. So witchcraft was worthy of capital punishment. Okay. So America, which embodies the spirit of sorcery, okay, portal, right? Its ultimate judgment is going to be burned. Okay, the capital punishment which is going to come at the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is for this place to be burned. Right? Let's go back to Revelation unless y'all brothers got something else. Y'all got something? Then we're going to go back to Revelation.
This Revelation chapter 17, starting at verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Yeah.
This Revelation 17:1.
Yep.
And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Right, go ahead.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication,
Yep.
and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, which drunk with the wine of her fornication, right? That wine goes into her philosophies, okay? Her way of ruling and educating the people, okay? And the way that it sets up this legislation, the way it sets up its economy, all of it is what did it say? The wine, the drunkenness. So when you go into drunkenness, right? Let's get that word drunkenness. Let's get the word drunkenness. Let's go to the blue letter, get that word drunkenness. I'm gonna get it right here in this app that I got. Right?
Con, I got this word drunk. And
from Revelation?
Yeah, Revelation 17:2. Strong's G 3184. Yep. And it says in the outline of biblical usage, it says to be drunken. It says a metaphor of one who has shed blood or murdered profusely. And it says in the Strong's definition, it says to drink to intoxication. An example, get drunk, drink well. It says make or be drunken.
Yep. What else?
That's it.
What the Strong said?
Yeah, that was the Strong.
What the you got a root word?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go to the, what you got, bro?
Hey, this is from the BibleTools.org.
Right.
What the Bible says about drunkenness. It said, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua describes the world as being drunk with the wine of Babylon's fornication.
Okay.
They are people who are in no condition to serve the Most High because they cannot think straight spiritually.
They cannot think straight spiritually. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about being spiritually drunk.
Yeah.
Okay? So people have no sense of discernment. Go ahead.
It says they think they are in control when they are not. So they cannot be holy. They attempt to serve him in immoral and unethically.
That's it. That's it. It's like you'll even hear some of the interviews Mike Tyson have. He say, he thanking God, for his position. But you're not in a good position with the Lord. You don't even know that.
Yeah.
I was looking at some old pictures and old clips of Mike. Mike can grow a full beard. I seen he got his beard be full and great. And I was like, damn, I'm looking at them clips like, damn, he looked so much better. Like, he looked so much like a old man with a smooth face looks fucking horrible.
Yep.
But when they put their beard on, it almost like they look healthier. You look sick as a man without a beard, especially when you get up in age. Because when you deal with with a beard in the law, is basically like a badge of honor. A man who keeps his beard on his face and doesn't shave his beard off his face, which in the law we're commanded to do, that's your badge of honor. It's an honor for a man to be able to have a beard on his face. Because some men, they can't naturally grow a beard. You know, you got some men that just, they don't grow it.
Yeah.
You know, but that's dignity.
Yeah.
Like, that's showing your badge, like, I'm a man.
Masculinity.
Yeah, integrity. Yeah.
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Got one more thing. It says,
Yeah.
why does the Most High condemn drunkenness? This is from BibleStudyTools.com. It says, danger of drunkenness. Drunkenness is condemned repeatedly in the Bible due to its association with sinful behaviors. It says, well, they got Proverbs 20:1, states, wine is a mocker and a beer a brawler, and whoever is led astray by them is not wise. Drunkenness impairs judgment, lowers inhibitions, and often leads to regrettable actions.
That's it. That's it. Right? So you got the physical drunk and you got spiritual drunk. As you read in Revelation, it's dealing with the spiritual drunk. Right? Which the brother just read at the beginning. Go back to it, the first part of go back to what you had, that definition. Read that highlighted point again. Yep.
Back in www.biblestools.org.
Right, so this is what drunkenness really means, and then we're gonna go back to it.
It says people who are in no condition to serve the Most High because they cannot think spiritually straight spiritually.
They cannot think straight spiritually. There you go. All right, now let's go back to Revelation. Y'all had something to link with it? Okay, let's go back to Revelation. Right?
This Revelation chapter 17, verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Yep.
It says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness.
Yep.
And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now that woman, right, represents America.
Yep.
That scarlet-colored beast, okay, represents the Roman Empire, okay, which the 7 heads and the 10 horns represent NATO and the EU. All right. Now, currently, what we have going on is division within NATO and the EU. All right. And Trump, his position right now, he has total power. Right. Meaning the support that he has behind him in the White House this time, they all are in his favor. He got the Senate. He got the what's the rest of the? He got the cabinets, right? Pretty much nobody is going against him. He got the with the numbers. He's favored in the numbers to support his policies. And his policies right now is to put tariffs on all of the countries that's going away from the dollar. All right, and with all these nations over there in Europe, all right, he's causing division where he's saying, look, y'all gonna have to support yourselves. Look, y'all gonna have to come up with your own defense, you know, but he got his full interest into supporting Israel. When you look at other people Trump putting behind him, right, they all have the common interest to give Israel unconditional support. Which when you go in the book of Jeremiah, right, it say the least of the flock should draw them out. When you deal with Trump, his daughter, Ivanka, she married to, what's his name, Jared Kushner? Yeah, Kushner. Look up Jared Kushner and see what his nationality is. Yeah, whoever get it, yeah. Look up Jared Kushner and see what his nationality is.
Yeah, right now.
You see it? You see it? If whoever see it, you know, let it be known. I already know, we just fact checking. We just pulling it up for those that don't know. Brothers in the faith, most of the brothers is in the faith and watching like in Great Millstone, we know. But these for those who on the outside looking in don't really know what we be getting into. As the scriptures tell us to expose the whore. Right? Damn, they trying to hide it, ain't it? They trying to hide it, ain't it?
Hey, yeah, get it in the Wikipedia right here.
Yeah, they trying to hide it, ain't it?
Yeah.
I know it's there.
Right.
It said, what ethnicity is Jerry Kushner?
Yeah.
It said, raised in a modern Orthodox Jewish family.
There you go.
Orthodox family.
Yeah.
It said, raised in a modern-day Orthodox Jewish family. Kushner graduated from the Frisch School, a modern Orthodox. I don't know what they were. Yeshiva High School in 1999. Enrolled at Harvard University in the same year.
Okay.
But he ain't saying
So he got a Jewish background.
Yeah.
Right? Israel. Right? Okay. Now, everybody know about that's his daughter name, right? Ivanka. Who he married to? Is that Ivanka?
Yeah,
now that's Trump, right? Trump's daughter is Ivanka, right? Salaki. So he got another daughter named Tiffany Trump. Look up who Tiffany Trump married to, right? Right? Who is Tiffany Trump married to? And then when you find it, look up his nationality. Right. What do you say? Michael who? Michael Boulos, right? Yep.
This is Michael Boulos in the Wikipedia.org. It says is a Canadian savory fencer.
Nah, he ain't Canadian. Right. Look up his dad. Look up his parents. They just talking about this. Look up who is Michael Boulos' father. Was it Wikipedia? If you had a went to parents, it would have went straight to it. Masad Boulos. Right? Now look up Masad Boulos. It's gonna take you to, it should take you to Boulos Enterprises, right? Go to the history and start reading from right there. So Michael Boulos is the husband of Ivanka Trump, right? My bad, Tiffany Trump, Salaki, slip of the tongue. Tiffany Trump, right? His father is Masad Boulos. So the brother finna read the history of Boulos Enterprises, right?
This is Boulos Enterprises. Is a Nigerian distribution, assembly, and trading company for motorcycles, power bikes, tricycles, and outboard motors.
Okay.
It was established by brothers Anthony and Gabriel Boulos. The company houses several notable brands, such as Apirina, Moto Guzzi, and Hoji. It is the sole importer and distributor of Suzuki in Nigeria.
Okay.
The history, the Boulos history began in Lagos at a store that sold jewelry and other small articles to the upper middle class. The jewelry business was managed by their father, George Boulos, a Lebanese.
Who?
A Lebanese.
Where is Lebanon? It's in Israel, right?
Yup.
Lebanon's a part of Israel, right? Now, keep going.
A Lebanese goldsmith who immigrated.
He what?
immigrated.
Where?
Immigrated to Nigeria.
He immigrated to Nigeria. All right?
Right.
Now, when you deal with Messiah Boulos, it's going to say that it's going to tell you that he's from Nigeria. Let me see. Actually, it say the Messiah family, an Arab, Eastern Orthodox, Christian, and Maronite family name, right? But go down, Karab. Go down right there where it talk about who the CEO of the company, all right?
The company CEO is Messiah Boulos, who is also CEO of the SCOA Nigeria Conglomerate.
All right. Now, this is from the newarab.com. Who is the Lebanese billionaire who helped put Donald Trump in the White House?
Damn.
Lebanese businessman Messiah Boulos. You see that? So, Ivanka Trump married to Amalek.
Right.
Tiffany Trump married to Amalek.
Runs in the family.
You see that? You see that? So prophecy, when you really go into it, they say the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, man. Of course, he's finna look out for the best interests of his family. This money, like, Trump about the money.
Yep.
So he's like, shit, my daughters are already set up. Because with him having daughters like that, he want to set his inheritance up. That's why he declared Jerusalem the capital of the world in his last term. You see that? It says, you can hold what you got. Lebanese businessman Messiah Boulos, father-in-law to Tiffany Trump, has leveraged his ties with Arab American communities to rally support for Donald Trump. Messiah Boulos, a Lebanese-born businessman, has acted as one of Donald Trump's key emissaries to the Arab community during the 2024 election cycle with a mission to secure their support for Trump's 2024 presidential campaign as they moved away from the Democratic Party, mainly over the war in Gaza and Lebanon. Boulos, a billionaire with extensive business ties to Nigeria, joined Trump inner circle through family connections. His son, Michael Boulos, married Tiffany Trump, Donald Trump's youngest daughter. You see that? And when you go into his support of what's going on in Lebanon, right? You got what is it, Hezbollah, that they warring with in Lebanon, but Hezbollah is separate from the government of Lebanon. So he don't support Hezbollah, he support Lebanon. You see? But what Israel is trying to do is bomb the citizens and bomb the suburban areas where civilians are, to get the civilians to revolt against the government. You know? That's their tactical war strategy. Okay? But neither here nor there, we're going to get back in the scriptures just so you can see the sorcery that's going on behind the scenes. Like you like, man, why is these people supporting these people and supporting these people over here in these regions overseas in the East? Because they got ties to them. They got family ties to these people. They got either business, money tied up, or both. So you see what's going on, right? They're not in the interest of what's best for the people. They're in the interest of what's best for them. All right? But not knowing what they believe is in the best interest for them is in totally lined up with the will of the Most High to destroy their ass. Right? So let's go back. Right? Revelation 17 and 3.
This Revelation chapter 17 verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, which the name go into their reputation and then what they represent. So everything that they represent is adverse to the righteousness of the Lord. Right? When you go to Psalms, Psalms 50 and 16, it say, what hast thou done to declare my statutes, since thou hatest instructions? You cast my words behind thee. So when Trump officially takes office January the 20th, what book are they going to inaugurate him with?
The Holy Bible.
What book is he going to swear in on? The Holy Bible. Right? And who's going to swear him in? Priests. What kind of priests? On the left-hand side, though. You see what I'm saying? Them not real priests. Left-hand priests, them really warlocks and witches, sorcerers. You see? Because they not really for the righteous judgment of Yahweh Shah. They for their own righteousness, which it say the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, man. Okay? So go ahead.
Revelation 17:4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Right, which that red and scarlet color, okay? The beast was red, and the woman, that represents that royalty, that purple, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand.
So she looked good. Yep. Remember I said a whore is alluring, because even John the Baptist got caught up. You know what I'm saying? You want to get that account. Yeah. Even John the Baptist got caught up in the vision he was having of the whore. He was like Neo on the Matrix when the woman in the red dress was walking by. Morpheus was like, were you listening, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? Look again.
Go ahead.
And when he looked again, the deception was that woman was really somebody set up to knock his ass off, to kill him.
Right.
Okay? So basically, art imitates life. That movie was very spiritual as it pertains to the Holy Scriptures, because the writer of that movie, forgot what her name was, she also wrote Terminator. And she spoke about how those movies line up with the Bible, okay? Which Neo represented Yahweh Shai, and John Connor and Terminator represented Yahweh Shai, okay?
Sophia Stewart. Right.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Black woman? Yeah, Sophia Stewart. Yep, that's her. A Jake. All right? All right, we keeping up. I hope I ain't all over the place. Cut. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Hey, this Revelation 17.
Did you have that point where John got caught up?
It's in verse 6.
Okay. Let's keep going.
This is John 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones, and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written.
Now when you go into the word abomination, I think it means disgusting acts of wickedness. That's what abomination means. Abomination means a disgusting act of wickedness. A brother can fact check that, right? And you got it?
Yeah, it got foul things to test.
Yeah, I think when you go into it in the etymology, that's what it say, abomination. But you can read it.
This is abominations in the Blue Letter Bible. Highlight biblical usage 1, a foul thing, a detestable thing of idols and things pertaining to idolatry.
Yep. Things pertaining to idolatry, right? Detestable things, right? What it say in the etymology?
This is abomination in the etymology. It said feeling or of disgust, hatred, loathing. That's about it.
Mine say abomination in the New Oxford American Dictionary. It says a causing moral revulsion. Causing moral revulsion.
Yep. That's it. Somewhere I was reading a definition that said disgusting acts of wickedness. But I can't remember what the source was, but somewhere that's what it say. But that's neither here nor there. We can go back.
This Revelations chapter 17, starting at verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon.
Mystery Babylon. Because in that time, when John the Revelator saw this vision, he didn't know what nation or what kingdom that he was looking at. That represented a kingdom, but he didn't know. But it was for us in this time to reveal that mystery, right? It's no longer a mystery in this time because the prophets are back in the spirit, bearing witness to the testimony that the prophets and apostles wrote back then. So we able to break it down and link it up, right? Read it again.
This is Revelation 17 and 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Yep.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, she drunk with the blood of the saints, okay, which are the Israelites. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, all of you people that's going down here to these voting polls, you don't understand when you go and vote, you making a vow to a whore, right? You get in the bed with a witch. And the judgment for a witch, the Lord said he suffered not a witch to live, but to be put to death. And we went into how it really goes into capital punishment. A witch is supposed to get capital punishment, which the Bible says stoning, but burning was also a part of the judgment. Okay? According to the Bible. All right? Go ahead.
And Revelation 17 and 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Yeah, when he seen her, he was, matter of fact, get that, I think that's in Amos Kodash. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. I believe it's in Amos. Right? What you got, Quran? What you got, you got something?
No.
Right.
Cause this is Proverbs 12 and 26.
Proverbs.
Cause it says the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
That's it. What it say in the NLT?
Cause this is Proverbs. Proverbs 12 and 26 in the NLT. It reads, the godly give good advice to their friends. The wicked lead them astray.
Yeah, KJB here harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So we good. Let's go back.
This Revelation chapter 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Yep. Read 6 and 7 in the NLT. Yep.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 6 in the NLT. I could see that she was drunk with the blood of God's of the holy people.
Right, with the blood of God's holy people. She was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, which is Israel, the Israelites. Right? Go ahead.
Who witnessed for Yahushua, I stare at her complete amazement.
Now, when you go into these prophecies, right, if you can see that Babylon the Great is America, okay? If you can, testify to that, if you can see that in the spirit, you can receive that, then it shouldn't make any sense why the Lord would be talking about destroying Babylon the Great if Babylon the Great is really for his people. If Babylon the Great is in support of the Lord's people, which they are, which we just pulled up the facts that America, which if you can receive is Babylon the Great, they're unconditionally looking to support Israel. That don't add up in the scriptures. So why would the Lord say that Babylon is drunk with the blood of his people? But they support Israel. It don't add up. It don't make sense. You can't say that because a lot of Christians will tell you that they believe America is Babylon. But them same Christians tell you that the Jewish people over there in the state of Israel, them God's people. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. All right? But what the scriptures actually tell us is those are Amalekites. Okay? And the Amalek is who the Lord say he had promised to have war with from generation to generation.
It makes sense they're the top nation.
It makes sense that they're the top nation in the last days. That it makes sense for them to make more sense for those people that to be Amalek than Israel, the real Israelites. Okay? You got it, bro.
Yeah, I was just finna add, even that point you made dealing with Trump, and his daughters marrying into their family.
Exactly.
Hey, that point that was just made today was beautiful because that fully shows how much pull them Amalekites got.
Yeah.
You see, hey, they let you know they heavily funded, man. Hey, when I looked on there and the brother said it, I don't want to bring out that point, but they said they was a billionaire company, man.
Exactly.
Hey, if you a billionaire, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You run shit,
Especially in your mind.
Right.
In your mind, you secure in your riches, in your wealth.
Right.
Go ahead, Kodash, you had a point.
Because I was just gonna add to the brother point about how the scriptures say that Amalek is the chief of the nations.
Yeah.
And it says in the etymology for chief, it goes into 1300th century. It says highest in rank or power, most important or prominent.
There you go.
Yep. Placed above the rest.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So what it said, Amalek is the chief of the nations, read that. Chief amongst the nations. Okay. Amalek, chief amongst the nations. You gotta get that.
Okay. This is Numbers 24 and 20, straight to the point. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. The first of the nations.
Yeah.
The first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
That's it. Yep. That's it. His latter end shall be that he shall perish forever. Right? Yep. Okay. We cool. Y'all got something else?
I got something. This Isaiah 13 and 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And in the same way, that Sodom and Gomorrah went out is the same way America's about to go out, man. For their high sorcery, And when you look it up on the Google.com, it say Chaldean witchcraft meaning, because that's what they was heavy in. Chaldeans witchcraft refers to the magical practices of the Chaldeans as ancient Semitic people known for their astrology and witchcraft. It say the Chaldean magic. The Chaldeans were known for their magical practices, which include incantations to protect against evil spirits, diseases, sorcery, or other misfortunes.
Yeah.
And it said the Chaldeans were a dominant people in Babylonian and were a major influence on the history of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
Yeah, so they were it say Chaldeans witchcraft. Right?
They was dominant too.
Yeah.
You know, like even with the witchcraft, you know, today, you know, the black culture, the black spirit, you know, even the entertainment spirit, man. Let's say Folly said in Great Dignity. You know, everybody had their mind set on watching that Tyson and Jake Paul fight last night. You know, Jake bidding and everything. You know, hey, they in the spirit of bread and circus, man. And who's orchestrating it? Hey, these devils, man. Mainly these Amalekites. They got pulled, man. You ain't learned nothing in this lesson today. You learned the Amalekites got, hey, they got the upper hand, man. That's why the Lord finna come and make war with them. When he said I will make war with them from generation to generation, hey, they're talking about right now. Like we was talking about down there, hey, in due time. When you go into that due time, it goes until the right time, man. And this is the right time for judgment to be implemented on these devils, man. Because if they had pulled with they, hey, then they had pulled with us coming over here on slave ships, man. Right. They always got their fucking dirty money involved, man.
What y'all got? I'm looking something up. What y'all got? What y'all got?
I'm still stuck in Revelation.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm thinking about the missiles I already.
Alright, here we go. So this is from U.S. religious rituals must for inauguration day. Right? And this is from, see my source is. AA.com, right? AA.com. It says church service, invocation prayer, Bible and first presidential speech, part of ceremony for decades. Religious rituals have been practiced for years at presidential inaugural ceremonies as a natural part of the American political tradition. Since the establishment of the country, U.S. presidents were seen as one of the most important representatives of social and religious values. Joe Biden took his post Wednesday by reciting an oath of an office in a heavily guarded but sparsely attended ceremony at the U.S. Capitol, which is old, right? This is when Biden got sworn in. Before the ceremony, Biden, the second Catholic priest, attended Mass with then incoming Vice President Kamala Harris at the Cathedral of the Saint Matthew the Apostle, where the funeral of John F. Kennedy, the nation's first Catholic leader, was held in 1963. So there'll be Catholic priests present. They have to go before the Catholic priests before they sworn in. Now, when you deal with the scriptures, they talk about the false prophet. When you go into Revelation, the false prophet represents who? The Roman Catholic Church, man. Okay? So they have to go before the Roman Catholic Church. And that's one of the reasons why they'll use the Apocrypha and bring out Bible scriptures from the Apocrypha like they did with Trump when he got sworn in during his first term, right? Which was what? He got sworn in what, 2017? He won in 2016. You know, they campaign in the even year, and then they always go in on the odd year, right? So he won in 2016. He was sworn in 2017, and when he got sworn in, they read from the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, man. Okay. Yep. Matter of fact, Here it is right here. It says, I'm just going to read this right here. It says, Archbishop Carroll prayed that you, O Creator of all, would assist with your spirit of holy counsel and fortitude the President of the United States, that his administration might be conducted in righteousness and be eminently useful to your people. Today we confess our past failures to live according to our vision of equality, inclusion, and freedom for all. Yet we resolutely commit still more now to renewing the vision, to caring for one another in word and deed, especially the less fortunate among us, and so becoming a light of the world. We tell you that the light of the wicked shall be put out. There is a power in each and every one of us that lives by turning to every other one of us a thrust of the Spirit to treasure and care and stand by others. And above all those most in need, it is called love. And its path is to give ever more of itself. Today it is called American patriotism, but not of power and privilege, but of care for the common good, with malice toward none, and with charity for all. For our new president, we beg of you the wisdom Solomon sought when he knelt before you and prayed for an understanding heart, so that I can govern your people and know the difference between right and wrong. Right? So this lines right up with Psalms 50 and 16. You're declaring the statutes of the Most High before the people, before you take that seat to govern them. But then as soon as you take that seat to govern them, what you do? You cast the words of the Most. That's just here. We're going to declare that we're going to stand before these people righteously before the Most High and govern them. Then as soon as that's over with, let's get back to the bullshit, to destroying these people. All right? So, yeah. Which is mentioned in the Pope, the Archbishop, all these out of the Roman Catholic Church, which the false prophet, all right, when you read in Revelation, represents who? The Roman Catholic Church. All right. So that's what I wanted. Y'all got some precepts, anything?
Yeah, I got some.
Go ahead, bro.
You mind if I read into it? This is,
go ahead, bro.
Come on. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 1 in the G&T version, starting from the top. And the point is in verse 6. It says in Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 1 in the G&T, it says, the responsibility of rulers. It says, so then, you kings, you rulers, it says, you rulers the world over, listen to what I
again.
Done. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 1 in the GNCD version. And the heading says the responsibility of rulers. Verse 1. So then, you kings, you rulers the world over, listen to what I say and learn from it. Verse 2. You govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. It says in verse 3, but this authority has been given to you by the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah Most High. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do.
That's it. So the scriptures say the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, that sinful kingdom being America, and within the citizenship of America lies the bulk of his people, right? God's holy people being who? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. The bulk of you, the mass of you, reside here in America, right? So where is the most sin being committed? Here in America, right?
Yep. And it says in verse 4, you rule on behalf of the Most High and his kingdom. And if you do not govern justly, if you do not uphold the law, if you do not live according to the Most High's will, verse 5, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment.
There you go.
Judgment is especially severe on those in power.
There you go. Capital punishment.
Capital punishment.
Judgment is severe. Judgment is severe to those that are in power, man. Right? And that's why, Lord will, tomorrow, Baba Kashad, remember this, bro, because I want to make this the topic that we go into tomorrow. Prophets are over kings. Because prophets are the eyes of the Lord on earth, watching these rulers to see if they indeed judging according to the Lord's righteousness. That's why the scriptures tell us to expose her, uncover, you know,
Set thy face against Mount Seir.
yeah, make naked, you know, show thy nakedness, show the nations these rulers their shame. Okay.
Yep. One more verse. It says in Wisdom of Solomon 6:6 in the GNT version, it says in verse 6, it says, common people may be merciful. It says in verse 6, common people may be mercifully forgiven for their wrongs, but those in power will face a severe judgment.
Yep, that's it. Psalms 58:1.
Psalms 58, verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
This is from the NLT, Psalms 58:1. A psalm of David to be sung to the tune, right? It says, justice. Do you rulers know the meaning of the word? Do you judge the people fairly? No. You plot injustice in your hearts. You spread violence throughout the land. Right? That's it. So let's go back. Yep, we're gonna wrap it up.
This Revelation chapter 17, verse 8. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into...
You gotta go back to verse 7, right?
This Revelation 17, verse 7. And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns.
So the angel said, why are you sitting there admiring and marveling at this woman? I'm going to tell you the judgment of this whore.
You're right.
You know? Go ahead.
Revelation 17:8. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
So the was is the Roman Empire, right? Because during that time, it was the Roman Empire, right? Go ahead.
And shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
Right, which goes into Europe, right? Which basically goes into Georgia, Russia, and the Caucasus Mountains, which when during the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages, right? The western part of the Roman Empire fell, right? And they took over with the Moors, all right? Byzantine Empire, yeah, right? So from about a period around 325, right, to the mid 1300s, into the early 1400s, it was Jake ruling, okay? And all of the so-called white people, right, were in a lower state. They were low class, they were low. The dark-skinned nations were ruling, okay? Beginning with Jake, all right? Go ahead.
And go into perdition.
Which means destruction, right? It said they shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, which is the Renaissance. Ascending meaning they came up, okay? And go into perdition, meaning they shall go throughout the earth, weighing the violence. They say they weigh violence of their hand, they weigh the violence of their hands in the earth. meaning they go through the earth destroying, which that was the blessing that Esau even received to obtain the fatness of the earth. So he came back up with the sword, slaying. That was beginning what you call with the Renaissance era, okay? Which goes into rebirth. So go ahead.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundations of the world.
Right, which you deal with 2/3 of our people, okay? They're gonna wonder after the whore. Just like, see, what John the Revelator saw was a representation, and how he saw it was a representation of how our people view the whore. How he was admiring and marveling and wondering, like, damn, he's riding a seven-head, 10-horn dragon. And she fine.
Scarred
Got the
on.
red on, got the gold cup.
Right.
I want to ride that bitch too.
You forgot what was in that cup.
Yeah, you forgot what was in that cup. Go ahead.
And it says, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundations of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And here's the mind which had wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains.
Which represents 7 kingdoms, right? 7 kingdoms. Try to see if I can remember. You got the Greeks, the Romans, the Spanish, French, Germanian Major, Germanian Minor, Great Britain.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Great Britain, that's 7. Okay, go ahead.
On which the woman sitteth, and there were 7 kings. 5 are fallen,
Yep.
and 1 is. And the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
Go ahead.
And it says the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th,
Right,
and is of the 7th,
Right.
and goeth into perdition.
right. We're just talking about the Roman Empire, which came back as America. Okay, which America came out of who? Great Britain, right? Go ahead.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings,
Yep.
which have received no kingdom as yet,
Yep.
but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
Go ahead.
These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
That's it.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
And
And the,
how it stopped. Okay. So again, as we spoke about Amalek, this whole beast system is tied to Amalek ruling over it. Amalek ultimately controls this beast. Okay. When you go into who rules the world, the Rothschilds, the Rockefeller, so forth and so on, the Amalekites, man. Okay. Go ahead.
these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords and kings of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
Them that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. You see that? So that's ultimately what the scriptures say. Those that overcome is going to be by faith. Right? Say wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy times and strength of thy salvation. Stability goes into faith. Right? I'm a one. Right? Which the foundation of I'm a one is I'm a one, and that's where you get the Hebrew word. That's the Hebrew word for faith, man. Okay? So as the Lord has vowed that he's jealous and you should not have any other gods before me, let's get is it Wisdom of Solomon 13? Let me see real quick. You got some Quran? I'm gonna make sure they see it. Wisdom of Solomon either 13 and 10 or 13 and 11.
Years ago, I think fighting the dead things is in their hole.
That ain't it. That ain't the one. Let me see. devising the idols. We talk about the devising the idols. It might be 14. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 14. Yeah, 11. There we go, 11.
This wisdom of Solomon, 14, verse 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
Yep.
Because in the creature of the Most High, they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
Yep.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication,
Yep.
and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever.
Yeah. Meaning, they were never powers. They were never gods.
Man.
Okay? Go ahead.
For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore should they come shortly to an end.
Yep. So that's what we're about to see. Right? The Lord's about to come and put an end to all this idolatry, all the sorcery, all the witchcraft. As the brother read Revelation 20 earlier, you know, all of these gods and all of these people who go a whoring after the gods of this world, especially our people, are going to take part in that lake of fire. Because everything that this society is setting up, like the scriptures say, they going into perdition, following after the man of sin, which is Esau, Edom, beginning with Amalek. Okay, they're about to come with this fourth industrial revolution in the age of artificial intelligence. You see also Trump setting up Elon Musk to be the co-leader of this new political office that they're gonna call the government efficiency.
Yeah.
What's it called? Government efficiency. Because the dude, his name is Vivek Ramaswamy. That's gonna be the head of it. Vivek Ramaswamy. Yup. Government efficiency department. Yeah. Which I had put an article in there going into it, but we don't got time to go into it. But yeah, that's it, man. Okay. Which Elon Musk, right, is gonna be which I call him Tony Starks, right? He gonna be the co-leader of that department, that new department. Which he also is pretty much one of the faces of this age of artificial intelligence. You know, I think they just kicked off that brain chip, you know, Neuralink. Yep. I think did they have a successful human trial, they said? Didn't they just have a let's look it up. The Elon Musk Neuralink human trial, was it a success? Yes, Elon Musk Neuralink brain chip implant has been successful in its human trials, which we understand what that's going into. The mark of the beast, okay? The mark of the beast, which they talk about in the final hour, right? The hour of temptation is when that mark is going to be mandated. We really in the final hour of judgment. Like we in the last days of the last days. We in that last time of judgment. coming up on Jacob's Trouble, World War III coming to full all-out war, which World War III already started. We just ain't in the fullness of it. All right. The reason why I'm saying it already started because it ain't no turning back. Ain't no. This is not gonna de-escalate to some type of peace treaty and like, oh look, let's just agree to disagree in these wars. It's not benefiting us to war. Nah, they in it too deep already. There's too many deaths, too many beloved leaders. You know, Iran already said, look, y'all forced our hand. Ain't no turning back from this. You know?
Hey, quick.
Yep, go ahead.
Quick one. This naturalnews.com, it says real quick, it say ready or not, an apocalyptic global war is on our doorstep. It says in a Thursday meeting with family members of Major Sahab Mansouri, who was reportedly killed during the October 26 Israeli strike, Commander-in-Chief of the Iranian army, Major General Saeed Adamir Maskabi, promised a crushing blow to Israel.
Yeah.
We will determine the time and manner of our response. There will be no hesitation when that time comes.
Yeah.
And our reply will surely be crushing.
That's it. So it's not a matter of if, it's when.
Oh.
And their whole thing is to catch Israel and Amalek off guard. To catch them off guard. You see? Go ahead.
Similarly, Deputy Commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard
It's Iranian
Revolutionary Guard Ali Fadavi on Thursday said the entire world will bear witness as the complete downfall of the Zionist regime fulfills the triumph of the righteousness over falsehood.
Dealing with the dragons of Arabia, man. The Carmanians, man. Okay? So, hey, they got wrath in their heart. They got vengeance and wrath in their heart. But see, all of this that's going on in the east with them tensions rising is the Lord, as the scriptures say, mustering the host of the battle. Where he say, this is the Lord's determination. This is the Lord's decision in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat. Even Trump knows about us prophesying that the world is going to end in the east. It's going to kick out. It's really going to end in the west. It's going the beginning of the end, the kickoff of the ending, which is already going down now. But when it's all said and done, the West, which is America, will be up in complete smoke. Ain't coming back. Ain't coming back, man. You know, and this version of Trump ain't gonna be nothing like the last version of Trump, right? Dude coming out aggressively. I'm telling you, 2025. If they don't assassinate him, you know. But dude take office, you better believe. 2020, like the brother said, the elder said 2025 gonna be live. Go ahead, bro.
You got some?
Yeah, let's close it out. What you got?
I thought I had to close in Revelation 18.
It don't matter.
Hey, I agree. With Revelation 18:7, start at 6. It said, reward her even as she had rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
That's her is talking about Edom, right? Which this is ultimately going to be after the destruction of America, right? The real reparations is going to come, all right? Your ass going in chains, E, in the worst way, E. Yeah, they're going to be royal chains. Go ahead, bro.
In the cup which she had filled to her double.
Where's that cup of slavery? The cup of destroying a man and his heritage. You know? Destroying whole households. You ain't gonna be no such thing as an Edomite family.
Right.
The only title associated with Edomites in the kingdom is gonna be slave. No Mr. this, no Miss that, no sir this, no ma'am that. You will have no respect, none. Because we weren't even counted as humans in your society, so what's a double reproach to that? Because for you to say we 3/5 of a human being, we monkeys, what's worse, you know what I'm saying?
1/5 of them.
Yeah. You 1/5 of an animal, you gonna be lower than the animals. You're not a man at all. You're gonna be a beast. Like really, you just gonna be addressed as some type of beast. Like when in the kingdom, Esau Edom is not gonna be seen as a human. For one, human, the prefix of it is hue. So you don't have hue. You the hue wish people. You wish you had hue. You don't got that. And you're gonna stay in there to stay. That's another thing too. You ain't gonna get no pigmentation. You gonna stay like that. Red all over. Go ahead.
Revelation 18:7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Oh, and ain't none of our people gonna look like that. Because when we get them new bodies, we're gonna go back to that high level melanin. Melanated high levels. Yep. Right? Melanin is like black gold. As you go into, because melanin go back to the periodic table. When you deal with it, it's molasses. It's an element. Go ahead. Melanin is an element. Go ahead.
How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen. I am no widow, and I shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. Woo! For strong is the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, who judge of her.
Capital punishment for the witch, for the whore, for the witch.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Yup. Because these nations, they getting ready to turn. Okay? It tells you how the beast shall hate the whore. Right? Which jumping down to Revelation 17:16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So the fire is going to come from the beast that the whore rides. The beast going to turn on the whore, going to shake that bitch off of her and burn her ass. And burn her ass. And you see it's in the making right now with Trump's policies concerning Europe moving forward. Hear the fire truck. You know? So with that, we're gonna close it out. You know what I'm saying? We pray that you were edified. We're gonna turn towards the east again. We're giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Right? Double honors to our teachers, apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and takes to the hopeful elect. Form Yasharallah.
Form Yasharallah.
Abba.
Shalom.
Shalom.